Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. I want to welcome you to my channel, all my subscribers, all my future subscribers, all my triggers, peaches, lovers, haters, commenters, each and every one of you. I welcome you to my channel. You know what I want to talk to you about. um, my status here in the Philippines. My status is right now waiting on my visa to come. My permanent visa, which would make me a dual citizen, which enables me to move in and out the country freely. Without paying a reoccurring fee, monthly or however it is that I had to pay. I know you should have to pay. You can either go by 2 months, 1 month, 6 months. But I think the policy has changed. But I will no longer have to do that. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting. I stopped by the immigration, and they said it has been approved. They said it's in Manila, so now I'm just waiting for it to come down. One thing about the Philippines is that you have to, you can't be in a rush for anything. If you let it take its course, there are ways of speeding up things. In fact, this was one way, something I did to speed up the process, but come to find out, it's taking longer than I truly expected it to be. In fact, I was hoping that I would be able to sneak back to the United States before the baby was born. So this is where I see the family a little bit and then come back and be here in time when the baby was born. But the visa didn't come through then, and which was kind of disappointing. But be that as it may, you know, um, everything's okay now. But anyway, what I want to ask you, yesterday I was at partaking in an activity that I do several times during the week with other foreigners. Hey, uh, we play games, and it had occurred to me. I had gone to the bank and I had asked the bank because now that Duchess is here and I want to make sure that Mia and her sons are taken care of. So now I'm getting more of a frame of mind of being able to, or being able to provide for them as far as um, uh, provide for them if I'm not here, you know. And I went once to the bank and asked them. I said, "Look, I'd like to open up another bank account, and I want to put my wife's name on it. Put Mia's name on it, so Mia have her own bank account." But they told me no, I couldn't do it because I was too old. I said, "Too old? I'm too old to put money in your bank," you know. But it didn't make sense. So they told me that I had, I don't know. They told me I had to bring her in. Or I said, no, this has got nothing to do with that. It has something to do with me opening up a second bank account, and because I was looking at when money comes in, transfer money in her account, and let her, do what she has to do to take care of what she has to take care of on the household or whatever. This is what I wanted to start, to have happened. But lo and behold, when just recently I went to the bank and I spoke to one of my girlfriends there, one of the tellers, and I said, "Yeah, they told me I was so." She said, "Too old." She said, "No, you're talking to the wrong representative." And it's funny because whenever you do business in places, in stores, department stores, or whatever. And it's funny. I remember I was with my friend. His name was Greg, and I was looking for crazy glue. Crazy glue, something like crazy glue. And so when we walked in, now Greg has no filter on his mouth. He says what he wants to say when he wants to say it. He don't give a damn who's around or who's listening or whatever. Which I just don't have the heart. I don't have the heart to hurt people's feelings or whatever. I just don't. That's not my CeeLo. You know. So he says, just look at them all, Gerard. They're all just standing around and doing nothing. And there are a lot of employees in department stores and all that stuff, and often the time, it doesn't look like they're doing that. They're doing just that standing around. So, so I walk up to one. I said, "Excuse me, do you know where your crazy glue is? You know where your adhesive glue is?" And he said, "No, we're out of stock." And Craig said, he says, why are you asking him? He don't know what the flock you're talking about. He don't know anything here. He don't know where nothing is in this store. And so Greg walked around and said, see, here it is. And he found it. And I started laughing. And it made me think that, often in time, a lot of businesses, they are quick to say they're out of stock, just to keep from having to look for something to what you want. Very seldom will you find someone who really would help you find something that you're looking for. It's just so easy to just say. It's not like Home Depot. You go to Home Depot and you're looking for something. It's labeled on the aisles, or what you want or what you're looking for. Well, that was that situation. So the point I'm making is that oftentimes trying to find someone to help you, and so even if you go into a 7-Eleven, or or somewhere, and you ask them what something is, the employer might quickly say we're out of stock, just to keep from having to look for it. So anyway. Yeah, so they suggested that I come back in another day, to talk to a different representative. In fact, they said that representative is no longer with us, and I said, I wonder why, So anyway, I'm gonna go back and listen. But when I'm sitting around, with these guys, and they're talking, and one guy has, I don't know, 12 kids, or not, he has a large family, not 12 kids. When I say 12 kids, or 10 kids, that doesn't necessarily mean they're all his. It means that the woman he's with may have come into a relationship with 3 or 4 kids, or something like that, or whatever. You have to think along those terms sometimes. So anyway, so I was wondering, I asked him, I said, look, how long were you with your Filipina before you gave her the PIN number to your ATM card, right? Inquiring minds want to know. I would love for me to be able to function. In fact, I'm tempted to want to show her son, in case something happens, how to get money out of the bank. But he told me, Gerard, it took me 20 years. I said, what? He said, it took me 20 years to give her the PIN number to the account. He said, look, I have different accounts. She has her own account or whatever like this. But he said, she knows, it took me that long to give her the a PIN number ATM card. And the same thing like with this other guy asked, he says, I don't use it. He said, I don't have that. He said, all my money goes into the account. It's taken out right away like this to go allocated where it has to go. So, but these are things that what I'm thinking about and want to do, So in case something happens, I want her to be able to have access. I want to be able to function, what have you. But I am thoroughly concerned about, her managing skills as far as money is concerned. The mere thought, of giving the ATM number is horrifying. It's very scary because, I'm not saying she would be irresponsible, but I am saying she would be irresponsible, or for lack of knowing how, But these are things that, in my mind, that she has to know. And this is a thing that, being in a third world country, that people are not aware of or don't think about, or don't plan for. Everything is immediate gratification. It's a lot easier, to order something from Shopee and have it come right here like this, to buy things that way or whatever. But everything is immediate. So to get them to think about a month from now, 2 months from now. See, like now, I have, June's fastly approach. I only need another vehicle. My eye surgery I want to have done. And so, it's one thing if I think about it, but sometimes, I feel like I can't reach that goal unless you understand that you play a part in that too, and you play a part in that too by curtailing, your spending, or just being fruitful, and just understand that we have other things that we have to take care of, and that is something that is hard to teach someone. It's hard to get across to someone. And then when you talk about money, it's you know I'll tell you right now, I never want to argue about money. I don't care about money. I know that sounds kind of contradictory what I'm saying, but I don't care about it because if I flock it up now, all I do is wait a few days and I get to do it all over again. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, am I living hand to mouth? Well, yeah, but I'm living very large hand to mouth. But it's something that over these past few months, I've been able to do. I've been able to wrangle in a lot of the unnecessary spending. But it's hard to get someone else to think about that. Say, okay, instead of giving you 25,000 a month, baby, look, why don't you just give me 20,000 and look at that 5,000, kick it into, my being mindful of what we have to do in the future. And I would say, wow, darling, that's fantastic. That's great. I love how that sounds. I love how you think. See, now we're working together. But if I'm struggling, and in my mind, oh man, wow, like this, and you like 25. Don't you just see? You're here with me. Can't you see we just done? Where do you think this money comes from? But it's something that's something that has to. Um, I don't know what the answer is. I really don't know what the answer is. I know I'm waiting for the 15th to come, because the 15th come, I get the birth certificate of Duchess. So this way, with Duchess now, I can start filing for the paperwork for American Embassy, an American born abroad, the VA, another dependent I can put on me, and that's when the real money starts coming in. And this is the real money that I want to put aside for Duchess now. Now, I don't know how to do it. I still got to do some research on how to get it done, or what's the best way of doing it, because I want to make sure that from day one she starts having some type of savings or some type of trust fund for her, and you know, and to have it under the control of the mother is not something that makes me happy. By the time she gets 21, or 18, she might go there and say, "Well, you owe." You know what I'm saying? I'm scared of that. So anyway, I just have to watch and figure out a way of the best way to approach this, the best way to set up savings. This is a concern of mine. As many people as I talk to, or as many different answers I get. So anyway, I'll figure it out somehow or another. I'll let you know how it goes along. You're watching Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elderly. Always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision. And the best revenge of life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Holly Woodson, formerly singer of the Temptation with some, treat her like a lady. And never say no. And don't forget, Sunday morning on the Sunday Morning Classics, you guys had daylight saving time in New York, so you should be 12 hours ahead of mine, at 7 a.m. Filipino time, so it should be 7 p.m. New York time. Watch for the Sunday Morning Classic as time goes by. So there's music. This week coming up, we're going to focus on jazz. All right, so go out and make it a good day, and remember, there's no shame in falling. The shame is not getting back up. I'll talk to you later. Peace.